of animation, right? Which is 300 frames. Okay, so if I want to do a video, high quality video, I could easily just set up a mental array. I think this is good for most of your project. Mental array is a global illumination rendering engine, which you can see it support the physical sun and sky. This is based on old version. In the new version, I think the environment tag is some place here. So here, just create the physical sun and sky. So see the sun show up. If I scale up, you can see that is the sun. You can rotate the sun. You can, do a test rendering. It's exactly the same as Revit. There's nothing fancy here. We got blue sky, the gray background. Usually I will do a box just to get this nice bouncing light and shadow. If you don't have this physically, you won't get the shadow. Okay, so usually I will just do a box and do rendering again to see the shadows there. And if I feel, well, the color is a little bit too bright, I can just easily, rotate the sun a little bit. So the intensity of the sun is actually relate with the orientation. So if I make it really low angle and render that, you get this kind of late afternoon lighting. That's a quick way you can adjust the lighting. Of course, you can also go into the material editor to change the material. That is something you can watch another video I posted online. So I'm not covered here. So this one I'm just concentrating on the video. Okay, so for example, I'm happy with this angle. I just want to render this 300 frames. Okay. All right. So here in the render settings, I'm going to set the mental array. I want to keep the quality a little bit better, so I could do a production quality, which costs you more time, but it's definitely worth it. The good thing about video is, in video you don't have to do high resolution. The file will be huge. Usually I will just keep at 640, which is good enough. If you really want to go a little bit higher, I think 720 is good enough. 800 by 600 is the highest. You don't want to be beyond that, unless you want to play in the HD TV. I don't think it's necessary. So I will keep at 640 here. I will define the rendering not as a single frame, but multiple frames. So name, number, extension. The number means 1, 2, 3, right? So 300. You can see the first image will be untitled 1. The last one will be 300. The image format, I think I will go with JPEG. That should be okay. To get the best quality, or if you want to do some composition in the video, you could render as a TIFF, T-I-F-F, right here, which give you the transparent background. So later you can do some compositing, like put a mountain in the background and overlay with your building. That's possible. For me, I think I'll just do a JPEG. It should be good. Frame padding, I'm going to use 3. What this means, it put 0, 0 in front of 1. So the first image is 0, 0, 1 instead of 1. So the padding is actually the digits, how many digits in that file name. This is actually very important for the video editing. If you ever do any video editing, the image sequence, right, the name of individual image has to be numbered correctly. So 001 is the first one, okay, and the last one's 300, right, .jpg. So I'm happy with that, and then I just want to check the last one is where the file will be saved. Usually it's go to the default folder here, so just make sure you remember that. If you don't like the untitled, you should give a name here. Let's see, move, whatever name. So see, it's automatically changed the name, move 01, move 300. But it's going to be saved in that location. All right. And I'm going to save my Maya before I render this into video. So save without saying. I will save on my desk. All right, and then I'm going to render. The quick way to render is go to here, rendering, in rendering tag, and here you can just click batch render. That's it. All right. So batch render will use the rendering engine in Maya to render this image one by one. You can actually see there's something happening here at the bottom, rendering with mental ray. See that? If I click this editor window, you can actually see this engine is start to calculate. So we're done with the first image. Then start the second image. Then the third one. Okay, it's pretty fast actually. All right. And you don't have to watch the sequence. You can just keep working, do your stuff. Just keep in your mind, right now the CPU power is kind of, a lot of it is doing the rendering, so it's going to be a little bit slow. You could do some simple stuff, but do heavy renders. And if you do want to check the image rendering, the 100 images being rendered, you could go to, the location. In my case, is my document, Maya folder, projects, default, yes. You see the computer got pretty slow. It's just because it's trying to render these individual images. Okay, so here I can actually see that's the first one. Yeah, it's moving very slowly. You got 300 at the end. Let me see how many is finished. 15, not bad. Okay. This is actually about cloud computing. When you have when you send to the cloud, it has a cluster of computers to you. So each one only take over, a portion of your image, and when you finish, it assemble everything together. So right now you are doing this with one single machine, but this could happen in the server with multiple machines. That makes sense? All right, and I do want to mention, after you got this image sequencing, if you want to compose into a video file, you have to use either Premiere, Adobe Premiere, or Adobe After Effects. Both of them can allow you input an image sequencing and then compile as a video file. So I cover that in this video. It's pretty easy to use. If you get to that point, just let me know. I can, help you. Okay.